Hello, welcome back to Ginny's, and I'm Ginny, and today I'm going to be making a coffee cake with you. So this recipe I made into cupcakes, and it can be made in cupcakes in the description box, which if you hit this V just here and drop it down, my ingredients will all be in there for the cake and also for the cupcakes as well. So you can have both with this. And for buttercream, I am going to be using an Italian buttercream. So I'm going to turn this lovely Italian buttercream into a coffee Italian buttercream. So again, I'll put the link in the description box underneath for the Italian buttercream, because this is so good. Okay, if you've seen my tutorials before, you'll know the way that I do this. So I have got butter, which I use Stork, so you can use any unsalted butter, but just make sure that it is the consistency of margarine so that things do come together really nicely. And then I've got light brown sugar and caster sugar. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mix these on a medium to high speed for about 3 minutes until they become so light and fluffy, and there is our air for our sponge, and this is so important. Do not miss this stage. So I'll see you in a moment. So that's been going for a few minutes there now, and this is what it looks like. So it's like mousse. So really, really light, airy, and really good. So now we want to add everything else into this. So I've got my eggs and my vanilla. In it goes. Right, and then I've also got my flour, bicarb, baking powder all in there as well, and then my milk, which I have added the coffee to. So I didn't heat it at all, it's cold, but I just put it there and left it on the side, and that has just dissolved. So that's all good, and that can go in. So on a low speed, remember we are only combining this now, we are not letting this go too long. We do not want this to go for more than about 45 seconds. So we're going to do about 20, scrape down, 20 again, lowest speed. And my flour didn't fly everywhere, so I'm really lucky. Right, so get this ready. I'm going to bring in my tins. Now this is 6 inch, so I've got 3 6 inch. This one's taller, but I'm not putting more mix in it, don't worry. It's just I haven't got 3 of these. Scrape. Just make sure you get that bottom and the sides. Ooh, and then just a little go again, just for the bits that you pulled up to incorporate, and done. That is it. We really don't want to be working with it too much, and that's where we're going to keep that really fluffiness inside. Now we need to distribute these into the tins. So you can put these on the scales, but I'll kind of just do it by eye. But like I said, if you weigh it all out, if you want to do it completely evenly, I'm happy. Get everything. You smell the coffee coming up as well. It's so nice. Okay, so I've just got my cranked spatula there, and we're just going to go around the outside. Make sure that you don't just go all around the outside and leave this dome in the middle, because you're going to get like more of a biscuit. So come from the middle and pull out, middle and pull out, because that will just settle on its own. You don't want that dome in the middle. It doesn't have to be completely flat. So again, with this one, middle out, middle out. There we go. And then just the final little skim around. See, there is no dome in the middle of that one. So this tin is going to be harder. So I'm just going to... Right, these are now going to go in the oven. My oven is preheated to 160 degrees on a fan assisted oven, and that is 180 on a regular, and these are going to take anything between about 18 to 22 minutes. I'll tell you exactly how long when I get them out. Okay, my sponges are ready, it's time to get them out, so let's grab them. So I've got 1, 2 and 3. Pop that off. Okay, and mine took 21 minutes, so they look lovely. There we go. The smell of coffee coming off of them is so good. Okay, there's all mine. Now we're just going to leave them in the tins there just to completely cool, and then I'm going to turn them out onto a rack. All my sponges are out, and I turn them upside down just to flatten them off, just to make them a little bit more level. So let's turn them up. There we go. Now you could just trim those off if you wanted to make them completely flat, but I'm actually not overly worried at the moment about that. So I'm not going to worry about it, I'm going to leave it to one side. So I'm just going to move this over, and then we're going to come on to my Italian buttercream. So always with buttercreams, I give it a little bit of a stir around just to make sure that those at last few air pockets come out. So there we go. Right, and we're going to make this coffee. Now if you want the recipe to this, it's in the link underneath, as I've said. So I've just got a little tub here with some vanilla in it. Now I've got half a teaspoon of vanilla. Again, it's all in the recipe on the side there. Then I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of coffee into there, and a quarter. So 1 1/4 teaspoons of coffee. Now I want to speak to you about the coffee that I've used today. I have used this one. Now this is actually Lidl's own version of the coffee that you can get, and I really like this one. And when it comes to making coffee cake, and it comes to following people's recipes, if you're not sure what coffee they've used, it makes a massive difference, because I could say use 2, and then you could go off and you could use 2 of yours, and it's like an espresso one, and it's massively strong. So this is what I've used. It's quite smooth, it's really nice, so I would call this a smooth coffee. So just so that you know, if you are having slight problems, just give it a bit of a taste, okay? Right, so just so that there's some liquid there with that coffee. There we go. I should have one of these. Right, and then I'm just going to pour this straight in there, and then give that a mix around, making sure I get all of it. And then you can do this with any of the Italian ones. You can just flavour them up afterwards. Don't add too much liquid to it. That's why, obviously, with it being coffee, I had to add some, but that was plenty. Okay. Right, and then I'm going to get everything together. Now we've got that flavoured. I'm going to get everything together and start building this up. Make sure you taste this and make sure that it's the right flavour for you. If you need to add more, add a little bit more. So less is more to start with. Right, now I just tasted mine and actually needed a tiny little bit more. So altogether I've got 2.5 teaspoons in here, and an extra 1 teaspoon of vanilla on top of what we'd already used from the Italian anyway. So get your Italian off of the channel and make sure it's got the vanilla in it, and then add up to 2.5 teaspoons more, as well as another teaspoon of vanilla, and that flavour is just popping. But don't forget to just add the smaller amount and build up, because those coffees are very different, okay? So let's build this up. So I've got my nozzle in there, and I'm using a 1M, and I'm just going to use a really simple design for this. So I'm going to flip it over. I know I said I wasn't going to actually cut them off, but I did. It was a little bit uneven. Right, and we're going to pipe. So I am just going to do a really simple design all around the outside. I am just pushing and releasing. Let it ravel up a little bit, so keep it in one place, don't go pulling it up. I will convert all this, so you'll have this in cupcake form, also in the 6-inch, and I will also convert it 8-inch. So I will actually convert it to just 1 6-inch sponge, and then no matter how many sponges you need, just times that by as many, and I'll do the same with the 8. Right, pop this one on the top, look at that. So cute. And we're just gonna again, all the way around. Such a lovely effect, and as you can see, this buttercream is just stunning. It really is so silky smooth. It looks so good and finishes it all off so well. There we go. Right, I'm just going to go on and finish that and I'll be back. Bring you back just while I finish off so you can see. I'm going to go all the way in, all the way around, in these little a little circle all the way around. This is just the right amount of buttercream for this. Oh, in fact, I've got a little bit left, but we're not going to use that. So you can leave that like that, or with the little bit that I shaved off, you can just do a little bit around the top, just to, again, bring it all together. So all I'm doing is, this sponge is so soft. Just like breadcrumbs. There we go. And then you can just put a couple of sprinkles just around the top there. And this will just pull it all in together. Such a pretty effect on there. And there we go. That is your coffee cake. So simple. Hope you like it. Hope you really enjoy the flavour. Let me know what you think. And again, the coffee I used is just this one here, and just make sure that you get, I would say that's like a medium one. It's one of the really fine as well. It's not like the big granules, it's one of the fine ones. So enjoy. I will see you very soon. You take care. Bye bye.